Hello and welcome. This is a video about Healtech Thunderbox. It's a power distribution module and the model number is TBU01. Just for your information, I did buy this. It wasn't given to me. It was bought through Moto Vista, which is a Spanish company. You can interweb it and you'll find something there with the electrics and all kinds of stuff. I got that because it's EU to EU. So basically, it was cheaper, no import tax. But have a look anyway and see what you think. So, another option, apart from looking at this video, is AndyManCam has a channel. AndyManCam has a channel and he does quite a few videos on Healtech, one of them being the Thunderbox. Okay, so the one that I bought is 16 amp, so I can fit 4 different units onto there, and I've actually fitted today the spotlights and from the last video the heated grips. Alright, so we'll get on with it, see what you think. It seems a decent enough buy. It certainly takes a lot of fear out of wiring in stuff onto your motorbike wiring. And if you're not too competent with it, you can do this yourself, because I have, or you can get somebody else to do it. Alright, we'll get on. Hello and welcome back. I'm glad you can be out with Jack. If you were following the last video, we were fitting the heated grips, ultimate add-ons, and we ended up with the wiring just left fastened up, not connected to anything, because I said to you at the time I was going to add a power distribution module, and this is what's just come in the post. So basically, if you look at the box, it comes, this is straight out of the box. I've not even opened this yet, other than take the top off it, so without spilling everything all over. So we have the Thunderbox, which apparently is all sealed. You're not going to get any water in there. That's the thing that does all the magic. And then from there we have 2 quick connects. One's your ground, one's your positive or negative, positive, and I can fit on there 1, 2, 3, 4 extra fittings for auxiliary stuff, heated grips, USB, fog lights, that kind of stuff. And it's obviously the same on the other, so you're just going to plug them straight into there. Now, 2 ways of doing this. We either connect positive, negative straight to the battery, get rid of all these extra wires that are on there, or we connect one to the battery and this white one to a switched live. So when you turn the key on, something goes live, and only when you turn the key something goes live, and we then make this Thunderbox operative. And I broke into the tail light on this thing before and run that wire down to a relay and then a switch, and those are for the fog lights. Well, hopefully I'm going to get rid of all that wiring and just run one wire from there to the Thunderbox, to the white line, and then the other one from the negative to the battery, and we'll just see how it goes from there. But anyway, that's the basics. I'm going to start stripping all this back, which I put in here before. We'll take the wire off for the heated grips. We'll get those connections sorted, unclip that wire, get that ready to connect, find out where we're going to put this thing, obviously, maybe down the side of the battery or down the side here somewhere. We'll try and find a fitment, and then when we've got it to the point where I've got wires to cut and things to connect, I'll get back to you. But at the meantime, you can always go and have a look at AndyManCam. That's AndyManCam, and that is a YouTube channel where he goes through all of this fitting. And just to let you know, because he did have a lot of this Healtech stuff, I pay for this. I don't get anything that I've put on this bike isn't free. Nobody sends me stuff and says, will you review that? So just so you know, I'm going to put it on and I'll tell you exactly what I think of it. Okay, so we'll get back to you in a little while. Okay, welcome back. I started getting into this and kind of forgot that I was supposed to be showing you guys. But anyway, I've not finished it off, so it's easy for me to just show you how I've got this set up. First off, if you remember, the negative and the positive go to those. That are those two wires there. Negative and positive go straight to the battery. Now I want to wire this up so that things only come on when I switch the ignition on. And when I switch the ignition off, it won't power up anything at all. So from that, if you remember, there is a white wire, which is that one there. And if I can just move this out of the way, I'll show you where I've got this routed. So, that white wire comes through there under this bracket, and I've spliced it into the rear number plate light. I found that was alive, so what I've done is previously I spliced into that to get to my spots before I bought all this gear. So now I've spliced, the white wire is spliced into this ignition live, so that only comes live when I turn the bike on, and that's how I wanted it to go. So with those back in there, this is where that's going to be stuck, I think, when I'm done. So with those back in there, now out of there then, apart from those three, you've then got a green wire and a black wire. Green is live. They go to these two connectors. So green is live, black is earth or negative, and from there you can then clip on to anything else that you want to add, bearing in mind I've also got the safety of the ignition switch, so there's no chance of any anything being switched on from this live feed until I turn the key. Okay, so the next thing is I've then got my two spotlight wires, one on either side, this one and then that one. Those are the spotlights, and those two spotlight wires join up, two blacks together, two reds together, and they connect into these blocks. So this negative one has two blacks going into it, and the positive one has two reds going into it. So that's those spotlights connected, and they won't come on until I turn the ignition on. And when I turn the ignition on, they come on. Now I want those on 24/7. They're not just fog lights, they're for people to see me. So I have those coming on all the time. Now the next thing is, if you remember the other day, I ended up putting in the ultimate add-on heated grips, and out of those heated grips the 2 wires came to here, and that's where we ended up last time, with the 2 wires there. And we said, okay, well from there then what we'll do is, once we get this power distributor, sorry, once we got this power distributor, I would then connect this power to the heated grips. Right. There we go. And just to be on the safe side, I taped those 2 up, and I kept all this wire until I was ready to connect it to wherever I'm going to connect it to, which is going to be here, so I don't have to go with all this wire unless I want to save it, which I don't, because the idea of the Thunderbox is the fact that I've got less wires running around, supposedly. Less wires going to the battery. At the moment, the only extra wires that I've going to the battery is the battery tender. So there's 2 that go out the side, and that's for charging, and that's all. Okay, so the next job then is to fit these heated grips and just see, before we start cutting wires and connecting things to the right length, before we go any further, what I'm going to do is just connect these. This is the negative, so I'll put the negative wire inside there, clip that down, and that's solid. Positive wire inside here. Okay, and with those connected, this hand grips shouldn't turn on because I'm connected to the switch live. Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn you around, show you the grips. I'll press the grips. You can see everything's fastened in as it should be, apart from these wires, which are going to need tidying up a little bit. So I'll turn you around. Okay, so you can see from there, at the moment, there is nothing on there. So when I switch this on, what's going to happen is the power goes to the lights and hopefully to the heated grips. And now when I press this, the power comes on. And when I switch the key, power goes off, and that's it. Just a quick video to show you this thing actually working. It's easy to do. I kind of would recommend it. It stops a lot of wires to this thing, but that's all. There's still a lot of wires all over the place. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for being out with Jack. Speak to you soon. Be safe. Bye.